All right, what's up, everybody? Will here from Flow Candy. Today, I'm breaking down a brand called Summer Fridays, and why this might be interesting is because this is one of the highest scored brands, or the highest benchmark brands I've ever broken down. Um, and it's a beauty brand. A lot of people might not even be aware of them, but they actually do email marketing really, really well. And I'm going to dive into it here. So, if you've never heard of them, it is a really interesting brand because it's not this like crazy celebrity backed brand that a lot of people do breakdowns on now. It's founded by this girl Mariana Hewitt. She also has a co-founder in it named Lauren, and a pretty humble background. You know, they are former TV hosts, former news anchors um, that really wanted to launch into beauty. Uh, Marginal investment, a little bit of venture capital behind the brand, but it's hard to like argue with the results. I think this brand is doing over $100 million in revenue. I think maybe even over $150 million in revenue, without like really any big splashy celebrity endorsements. I think they partnered with Sabrina Carpenter maybe, but other than that, not a ton of stuff going on, and it's mostly like community led. And let's just talk about the business a little bit. It's mostly beauty products. They broke on the scene with this jet lag product or jet lag mask. I think that was one of their big winners. But now they got a full suite of products. But that's a little bit about the brand. More sort of on the premium side. Um, Not like a pretty good collection, but not like crazy. Not like luxury, but not like Elf or something like that, where we're doing dupes and everything is in the under $10 price range. So definitely a premium brand and community led. Let's Before I actually get into the angles themselves and why I think they do email marketing so well, just a little bit more about the business. And again, everything you can find everything here at you can at the link below in the video. I've got everything here. You can come here. You can get the benchmarking, Flow Candy /breakdown Summer Fridays. You can get the swipe file. So we're giving away all this for free, so you can get it. Links in the description. But a little bit about the just benchmarking them here. So they do about 1.2 million in traffic, about 400,000 visitors a month, basically. And again, that's a lot, but it's not crazy considering some of the other stuff we've seen in beauty. I want Elf, Tarte Cosmetics. I've broken down some other ones. These are all doing over 1 million a month. Frequency, they don't even send a lot. Normally when you benchmark these brands and they score really high, they're sending like 20 plus emails a month. I had them averaging about 8 emails a month in 2024. They picked up the pace a little bit here in June, in July when I was looking at their emails, but still not like crazy volume. And I'll get into it, but I benchmarked them over 20. And like I tell you guys, if you've watched my videos, normally, I consider any brand over 10 to doing like is doing a solid job email marketing. Any brand over 15 is doing great. Any brand around 20 is like world class. There's definitely a lot of learnings in this brand. And it just shows you don't have to be the biggest brand, the most well-known brand to do email marketing well. Most of the brands that I've seen that I benchmark really high, like I can think of a couple, Breeze, the CBD THC infused drink brand, Recess, another drink brand that I've like a nootropic drink brand that I've benchmarked before, got over 20. And it's funny, like when you talk to people in the industry, you talk to other like people that email marketers, freelancers, agencies, director of life cycle, director of CRM, just anybody working D2C at a brand. Like a lot of times you'll hear them talk about brands like Recess or Breeze as like aspiration. Like they're trying to aspire to have like an email marketing sort of cadence or workflow like these brands. And this is one that, again, like wasn't totally on my radar. And when I dove into the details, it's like, wow, they really know what they're doing. Another thing that's interesting, they don't send a lot of promotional emails. I ranked it around 22%. What's funny though, and I'll pull up a promotional. When they do send a promotional, they go all in. They hit all like the promotional levers, and I'll talk about that in a bit. And then tech stack, I mean, nothing crazy here. Your standard, what you see a lot in beauty now: Klaviyo, email marketing, Attentive for SMS. They're a Shopify store. They use Yotpo. I think they use retention.com. So they're using, your standard sort of stack across e-commerce brands these days, or mid-market challenger e-commerce brands. All right, so let's dive into the emails themselves, and like why I find them to be so good. Again, like they're getting check marks on a lot of different angles. If you've never seen this process before, how we benchmark these brands, we'll go and we'll look at the types of emails they're sending. We'll pull them all up in the swipe file, and I'm going to go through it all. And then we will sort of score it. And again, this is not like totally a perfect system. I've talked about this before. Like I don't have access to their internal CRM. I don't have access to Klaviyo or Attentive. I don't know what their open rates are, their click-through rates are, their bounce, their spam, the conversion rate, the placed order rates. So it is a little bit assumptive. But in our experience, if we can sort of look at the types of angles they're sending, the frequency they send, the tools they send on, excuse me, the tools they send on, and then we can benchmark them. Most of the time, you'll find that a lot of these brands, when you actually if you were to pull up, go log into their CRM and pull all up the data often reflects this. So that's been my experience. So let's jump into the angles themselves. So I'll start at the top here. Let's get up into June 2024. Right away, you see that they are doing a pretty good job. This is common. You'll see in the new year, like new skincare routine. A lot of brands do this: new year, new routine. Right away in they're sort of doing, this is product launch type emails. They're getting points here. They're sort of teasing a product launch, a Dream Lip Oil. Another email I love to see they send in January is subscribe and save. I don't know why, like a lot of beauty brands don't always send these emails. They offer subscriptions, but sometimes they just don't send them. You'll see it very common in like Nutra supplements, and you'll also see these in flows, but it's rare to see them in campaigns. So I love seeing that. This is, they got points here for collection focused. This is a promotional email. Anytime I see 50% off, or like limited time only, buy one, get one free, get 15%. Like these types of emails are promotional. These are the most common emails you'll see brands deploy across categories. Anything like Black Friday, Cyber Monday, 4th of July sale, Valentine's Day sale. This is all promotional stuff. You can combine them. Like a lot of brands will combine promos with product launches and stuff like that. But anytime they have that, I normally just give them a point for promotional. I love this sort of how-to widget here, or the how-to module here. So that's pretty good. This is another collection-focused email. They do a lot of this stuff. But then they'll also do, and this is a limited edition email, but then they'll also do product-based emails. So it's like totally focused on the product. Like this one is their jet lag mask. This was sort of the product that I think they launched around. It's one of their best sellers. And I think this is even another product-focused email. So they're getting points here, promotional emails, product launch emails, collection-focused, product-focused, subscribe and save. So that's our process. We're giving them points. for all of these. And why I think they're so good is because what you'll see a lot of brands do is, let's say in January and February, they might send, this is what, 4 plus 8, um, 12 emails in a 2 month period. And they've already hit like 5 or 6 different angles here. Okay. While most brands will literally send, I've seen brands 50, 60, 70, 80% of their emails are just promotional emails. In this case, like in January, none of them were promotional emails. And then I only scored this one as promotional. So that's how you get that's how a lot of brands will come to me and be like, hey, I want to send more emails. I want to make more money from email marketing. I want to have a robust campaign program, but I don't just want to be blasting my list with promos. Um, this is a great brand to study because you can see they're mixing and matching it. And it's not just all get 50% off. They're adding values. They're educating their market. They're messaging their customers in different ways other than just promos. Um, Here's another one, moisturizer by scale. This is collection focus, birthday sale. So this is sort of a promotion you can build around like your brand birthday. I've seen a bunch of brands do this. These are all promos. You can see when they do the promos, they kind of stack them together. So it's like it's a birthday sale. So they're merging, they're putting it all in and it's not just one email. It's like 4 or 5 here. Um, Here's another product launch. They got a point for content here, where it's like serums 101. So they're educating the market. Here's another product launch. This might be collection focused. So you can see what they're doing here. They're even doing stuff that I sort of bucket as charity. Even it's a little bit broad, but anything around like recycling, charity, raising awareness for different groups. You'll see some brands do this. They got points for that. A note from our founders. So it's like, letter from the CEO, letter from the team highlight, team spotlight. They got points for that. They're even doing collabs here, which is another great angle that you can use, especially if you're a brand that uses collaborations. I love collaborations. These are a great way to grow a business because you can sort of cross market to 2 different lists, and it doesn't really it's like way cheaper than say running ads. And it's a great way to really sort of cross promote and get new customers, new traffic into your store. So they're even doing that. This is a social proof email. This is another great angle you could do. A lot of brands will go when they're first trying to move away from promotional, they'll move heavy into social proof, heavy into FAQ emails. But that's how they're doing it. Again, it's nothing crazy here. The email designs are not, they're pretty good. It's a simple email design system. There's a lot of drag and drop blocks. They might have some designers come in and design these heroes. I think this is all image based, and it's pretty easy to deploy. Nothing like crazy advanced. The file size on these emails is quite low too. They're not like 25 blocks. So I'd imagine inbox placement is better. And yeah, I mean, it's pretty elevated it's elevated, but in a way that I feel like is very simple. It's a very simple workflow to manage and a very good strategy behind it. And so, yeah, I mean, you can go through, we can look at their, how they do Black Friday, where it's like a more heavier sort of promotional period. And you'll see they have the calendar. I love that, like showing what's coming. And yeah, I mean, they're even doing a giveaway with it's a collaboration with base bags and some other ones. even like if you wanted to study how they do promos too, like I thought about doing this, like making a list of all the different promotions you can do. This brand does a good job. It's like, it's not just 20% off. You get the free travel tote bag. There's a giveaway you could get into, so they're not just giving away a discount code. Also, I love seeing these like trending now and beauty, like, so they got points for that. Yeah, a lot of stuff they're doing here. They even do the gift cards here. This is a great tactic towards the end of December, like December 17th through 24th, where shipping times are sort of cut off, but you still want to give somebody, you still want to be promoting products, so you can promote a gift card, because that's a gift someone can literally get last minute all the way up until Christmas Eve. So that is an advanced tactic. So you see that. And then moving into 2025, I mean, the cadence has picked up a little bit here in May and June when we did this. But I think in June, I was looking at it, they didn't even do a promotional email yet. I'm filming this in, late June, early July. You see it, a good product launch, more collection focused, now trending. A lot of product focus, collection focus. Sticking to, they also do a good job of like theming the emails. Like we're in summer, so it's more around beach, more around sunscreen, or protecting your skin, protecting your lips. So yeah, I mean, if you want inspiration from a brand that does a really good job, they another team focused email. I believe this is their, I believe it's their founder. Is it their founder? No, maybe it's somebody else. It's like a customer focused email. So again, really, really good stuff. They really mix and match it up. That's why I scored them so high. So if you're looking for a brand, if you're in beauty and you really want to see a brand that's doing it right, I'd check these guys out. And again, you can go to Flow Candy breakdowns, and you'll see a lot of different breakdowns we do. And you'll see that these guys, Summer Fridays, has scored a lot higher than some of the other brands we've broken down. I think like we did Huda Beauty and another great brand, but they got 16, and again, this is a brand that's probably way bigger. If you look at their, traffic, they're doing almost 3 times the amount of traffic as Summer Fridays. It's backed by an influencer celebrity who's probably more well-known. But still, that does not necessarily mean they do email marketing better. They do it good. They do it pretty good. This brand does it well, but I actually ranked or I benchmarked Summer Fridays is better. So thanks for watching, guys. And again, you can get everything in the link in the description. We have the breakdown that I shared, the benchmarking file, if you want to sort of use that to benchmark your own brand or swipe that. Everything is in the link in the description, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Thanks again for watching.